Welcome to Heat, Hope, and Hard Times, the podcast where the ring is more than a ring. In professional wrestling, we see heroes rise, villains fall, and stories told through sweat, struggle, and sacrifice. But beyond the pyrotechnics and promos are real-life lessons about resilience, identity, failure, and growth. Each episode, we break down moments from wrestling, classic matches, unforgettable characters, and behind-the-scenes journeys, and connect them to the challenges we face in everyday life. Because whether you're fighting for a championship or just trying to get through the week, the lessons are the same. Take the heat, hold on to hope, and survive the hard times.
Welcome back to another episode of the Heat, Hope, and Hard Times podcast. We're going to do that again because I said hard weird.
Do you edit? You have a whole editing thing that you do for us,
yeah. We are back for another episode of the Heat, Hope, and Hard Times podcast. What was supposed to be virtual turned into an in-studio, in-basement guest. The one and only Jay Diesel. I am your host, Kyle the High Five Guy. I am very excited to be joined today by Jay.
I'm very glad to be here.
The mini golf king himself.
Only against my wife.
Hey, a win's a win. I first saw Jay when I started really watching Ring of Honor. I got a pleasure to see him a few times at the ECW arena during those days, which I consider probably the heyday of Ring of Honor. Jay has been at Three Legacies Wrestling. We all know Ricardo, an upcoming guest. Jay, give the fans a little bit more of an intro. Tell us about yourself.
I was a Ring of Honor athlete for approximately, I want to say 7 years, from 2012 to mid 2018. I'm definitely considered an alumni there. I was trained by Delirious. I did also have secondary training at CZW through Adam Cole, Sami Callihan, Drew Gulak. And hate to say it, but DJ himself was a big representation of who I was in the beginning of wrestling. I did start locally, but then branched out. I started at, believe it or not, SWO.
I didn't even know that.
I was the first mainliner at when the transition from SWO turned into LCW at the Host Convention Center. And from there, I had made friends with Adam Cole. And Austin and me were friends for a long time. He's a native to Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And from there, I really honed my skills. And he was the one that pretty much, as we talk on, you're going to see he kind of guided my path a lot. Him and Sami Callihan were big influences on where I wrestled, how I wrestled. And also a lot of that goes with Delirious Hunter. So.
That's a stacked pedigree, my friend. That's a very stacked pedigree.
It was just, how do you put it, God willing, because I wound up going to the same gym as Adam Cole. He had a necessity that at that point in his career, he was trying to put on size, and I was already post bodybuilding. So I had the look, but I didn't have any of the wrestling. And I had the athleticism because I boxed before I ever did bodybuilding. And I seen a lot of what they did, and I was going to actually Prestige Gymnastics to get what I consider like the background to professional wrestling, like first of all, getting limber. Because like I said, I transitioned from boxing into bodybuilding. And from that transition, I needed to go back a little bit more towards the athletic side. And I found that Prestige Gymnastics, and going back to my boxing training, Lancaster Golden Glove Center. So I would do a lot of their different drills and things like that to get all my wind back as a bigger guy. I probably walked into Ring of Honor only maybe 212, 208, somewhere around there, what my competitive stage weight was, but much more athletic.
Wow.
So
that is quite the pedigree, especially I met Austin through a mutual friend. I was working at a car dealership, and one of the guys in another building, his Facebook profile picture is him and Austin.
Yeah.
And I was like, is that Adam Cole? He's like, oh, are you a wrestling fan? I said, oh my God, yeah. Right. And he's like, yeah, Austin or Adam's my best friend. And he's like, you want to come over for a party? And I did. And that's when I first met Austin.
Right.
Love the guy. Absolutely love the guy.
I was on and off with professional wrestling a lot too. When I was a kid, obviously you watch wrestling. You know, I loved Hulk Hogan, the Ultimate Warrior. That was like, because I'm a little bit on the longer in the tooth side, so I remember them, Snuka and all those type of people, Don Morocco, and Coliseum Home Videos. That's where we used to watch a lot of our type of wrestling stuff. We look a little bit on Saturdays. We had that's when the Saturday Night Means event originated in the 80s, and from there, like, I just veered off into boxing. Like, to me, wrestling was what a lot of people think it is. And my family, my whole household of family was boxers. My dad, his father, my uncles. So we veered towards that. And then later on, I had always looked at it like I would always stop and watch. And I had watched the different eras of wrestling, but only in segments. So when I got into professional wrestling, I had to go back and do like a lot of film study. And I had absolutely fell in love with Dave Bautista. Bautista was just the look, his people. When I first met Cornette, because I had the little thing here and I had my head shaved, he's like, Mini Batista. That was like Cornette. When I first went to my first Ring of Honor show where I was helping out, that was his first thing to me. And he's like, he has a hell of a look. And he asked Austin, he said, can you wrestle? He's like, he's been training with us. So he's coming along and he's progressing fast. So, and it realistically took me 2 tryouts for Ring of Honor to be TV ready. So,
wow.
Yeah, my first tryout, basically Hunter gave me a scholarship to the school. He didn't charge me tuition. He just charged me a mat fee for about a month or two. And I came with like 6 months in advance from what he was going to charge me. Was it like $100 a month or something? And he basically said after that, he's like, you don't have to pay anymore. He's like, because I did 6 months, then I did my second tryout, and they're like, you're this close. And the sad part is I left so much of that on the floor, meaning like I felt like when I got into the locals, I always felt like I was a big fish. I felt like I was up there, like, and when I got into Ring of Honor, I hate to put it this way, but it's just I was so much more respectful in that I should have taken more. I should have got the saying, get yourself over a little bit more, because I left a lot of my best matches in the dojo, in different little smaller organizations but you're amongst all these stars that are already names on the roster, and you're trying. When I got put into different positions there, I was trying to fulfill the position, and I was waiting for that breakout moment. And I didn't take certain liberties that I should have. I held myself back, and you know, it probably I paid for it to present day. You know, like, because you could have went a little bit further, made a little more money here or there. And don't get me wrong, I was grateful to Ring of Honor. I made decent money for the time I was there. They gave me multiple jobs because of I was a steel worker and I owned an iron fabrication shop. So they were like, hey, you could be part of ring crew too and set up all the scaffolding and stuff like that. So I was double dipping at the same time. But when everybody most of the time was going off partying, I was there doing that till probably 2015 when I was making enough of money that I didn't have to double dip.
Wow.
Yeah, because I had left a pretty high-paying job around here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, it's an aluminum mill that you make really, really good hourly wage, 401k and all that type of stuff. So I was like, I have, you know, and at that point we were traveling so much, and with the swing shift schedule, I couldn't uphold it. So I was still running my shop, but I was doing, and then I started working at Smucker Laser right down the road. So that was my full-time Monday through Thursday job. So I'd work on Monday through Thursday, 40 to 48 hours a week. Usually, and then I'd be running down training after work, and then the whole way to Bristol from here. So that's a 2-hour trek at minimum. Yeah. And most of the time they'd be pretty flexible, because if I got in at 6 a.m., they let me get out of here by 2. So I wouldn't hit so much traffic, but it was definitely a haul.
Man.
Yeah.
That's a serious work ethic there, buddy.
Yeah.
That's a serious work ethic.
Yeah. To tell you the seriousness, when I did work at the foundry or the mill, I was sleeping in my car 3 days out of the week. I have a home. Jeez. I have a nice house, but because of the commute, it would dog me out. So if I was usually on day shift, because that was the only time I could go down and wrestle, it would be 7A to 7P. Hunter would leave the school open until almost 11:30. He would like burn the midnight oil, because I would get down there by 8:45, 9 o'clock. But I was doing that where I'd pack up usually 3 days worth of food, which at that time I was probably packing up about 18 meals. I used to hog them into the refrigerator. I had a little cooler in the back of my thing. Most of them more protein shakes and stuff like that. I'd go from there. There was a Gold Gym on Harrisburg Pike.
Mm-hmm.
I'd work out. If I wasn't going to there, I would sleep at my house because then I could just go to the Gold Gym. But on the days that I would wrestle, which is usually between, I was trying to get down there 3 days a week. I would go work all day, eat my food throughout the day, travel down to there, not 9 o'clock, wrestle 9 to 11, travel back for 2 hours, sleep in the parking lot, whether it was this type of weather or not. Wake up at 6:15, go in, take my shower, clock in, go to work.
That's insane.
But that's
awesome though.
That's what it took. I was 31. I had no time. Time was not on my side. It was completely against me. My height was completely against me. If anybody doesn't realize, I'm like, they bill me, I think, at 5'9" or 5'10". I'm 5'8". Like shoot, I'm 5'8". I think everybody's height's inflated, but I'm a 5'8" individual. Yeah.
So a lot of times, like, you hear people getting, and you already acknowledged it, the time was already against you, so to speak. What made you fully decide at 31 to say, hey, I'm going in, I'm going to do this?
This is like a personal story, but when I was younger in my life, I had boxing opportunities and they kind of dwindled away. And then I had an iron fabrication shop and it was successful. I was making a living. And then I was going to the market was going up and down as any businesses do. So I wanted to find a stable job. I was going to do that as my side job, which I still could make decent money at. I can make more than a middle class living, if you want to call it that, maybe a little bit higher. And I had a breakdown in my house one day. I ripped the door off the hinges. I just ripped this door completely off my hinges. My mom was standing there and I slumped down into my knees and I said, there's something more for me. I want to be great in life. And I'm like, this is mid-20s. This is 5 years pre Ring of Honor ever doing anything with wrestling. I said, this is not, like, I know I'm meant for something more. And then I went to the SWO event and everybody there was like not tall. This is going to segue back to the height thing. And anytime I seen wrestling back when I was younger, Vince only hired guys bigger than Vince. And Vince, if people don't realize how big Vince McMahon is, he's like 6'2", 230 pounds.
Big.
So you have to be bigger than him to impress him.
Yeah.
So when I went to the SWO event, everybody there was small. And I said, what type of like I was bouncing and bartending on the side and doing things like that when I was younger. And I was like, man, this would be a great second income if I can do this on like my Saturdays off of working at the mill. So what do you guys make on like a weekend? And they go like this. Oh, some of the guys would tell me nonsense like a hot dog and a handshake and like, oh, da, da, da. And then other guys would tell me $200-$300. And then I talked to Austin. And Austin's like, no. He's like, if you break into wrestling correctly, you can make more than that. And I was like, and then my eyes opened up and I was like, oh, okay. And I took to it like a duck to water. Like it was like the beginning stages of my wrestling career. I was watching that UWF that Cena was in and Samoa Joe. And I was watching all the videos and like already learning to bump even before I went to the school. So when the people see me there, they were like, you never wrestled before? And if you're ever familiar with Wolfman, so Wolf was my first trainer. And Wolf, like I went in there and they're just like, the look was already there. The look was like, it was great. Like this was the guy that they can market stuff around.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, it was some of the most money I ever made.
Because for you,
my deal with Wolf was different than everybody else's, which in the wrestling business, it got me a lot of heat the first year and a half of my career because like I went in, I won my first match. You're not supposed to win your first match. I was the co-main event.
Wow.
And basically Jason, who ran LCW, he ran it off of my prototype, and I'm not taking any credit. I'm not taking any credit away from him. He took it and ran with it to another level. But the promotion of it all was that Jason had the building already. he was the manager of the hotel. So
Yep.
they were getting food and beverage. Like, I understand the business end of it way better than I understood the wrestling end of it. But what I did for Wolf was I set up ticket brokering. I went to like Conestoga Bar and Grill. I went to Hot Z's Pizza in Landisville, and they have 3 locations. So they're selling tickets, but their local bouncer who was working there 2-3 years ago is on the poster. So it was a marketing ploy. Oh, this guy that everybody knows that did boxing. I went to the boxing gym, and on their ring curtains, which the ring curtains sucked, I got them all new ring skirts for around the ring. It had Good Times, which everybody knows what Good Times is.
Yep.
I didn't even know that Ken Andrews' mom owned Good Times or was partners in it or whatever. I just knew that that's where Gentleman's Club was. So I was like, let me get that type of revenue. Let me get bar and grill revenue because that's kids. Let me get boxing revenue because that's people that are looking to be entertained and like fighting. And I set up all these little ticket brokers. Wolf's thing was like, how much did I need to get paid? Well, Wolf had never seen a pre-gate sale or that I was bringing him. I think I brought him almost like $3,300. And I was like, my booking fee for tonight is going to be like a sixth, about like $500, a little over $500, because I thought that was a fair thing. I had such a great match. My first match, outside of like learning how to sell better and just being more charismatic of an actor, I believe that it was like the spots were on point for a guy that was in the ring for his first time. I look back at that match and I'm not disappointed with it. I thought it was cool. The draw from the fans was good. I could have milked certain things a little bit more, but that's only comes with time. And I think that's where professional wrestling is definitely making its segue right now. Its avenue that the guys are taking much more time to learn how to act. To learn how to, because it makes the promos better.
You're right.
And everybody, the ultimate pinnacle to professional wrestling is movies.
Oh yeah.
Dwayne Johnson, Roman Reigns, all of them. Everybody, like if they Hulk Hogan, you even look at the Undertaker. People like, because that's the guy that they look at as like he's the wrestler. Mark wanted to go into movies. He tried Suburban Commando.
I was just about to bring it up. Suburban Commando.
Like so if he's trying his movies, Paul Levesque. You look at all of them. Me, Shawn Michaels, The Miz. Like you look at all of them. Randy Orton. If you want to talk about the wrestler, Randy Orton.
Oh yeah.
Family generation wrestler. But it's It's not having to put your body through that aggressive bumping. Yeah. Still get paid for it. So. Yeah, that's why I see the segue of professional wrestling going. Like I said,
I think you're absolutely right.
If we get into more, like I said, where I think that things should be a little bit easier on the guys' bodies for longevity. Like when I look at Darby Allin matches, that does not look like a longevity career.
I mean, you came from a CZW background too, so I'm sure you've seen.
I watched like a lot of CZW stuff. I did some of their dojo wars. I've wrestled Joe Gacy. I've wrestled DJ himself, L-Drags, like a lot of their good people that were there on that particular brand of their promotion, if you want to call it. Mm-hmm. So it was like their local in-house type of deal where they would get fans still to come in. And the difference when I would go to the actual CZW event, like at that skating rink that they would run off of, those guys would kill themselves.
Oh yeah.
And I am right now, one of my training partners is Connor. And Connor, when I look at guys like that, I'm just like, how much did you, what am I getting paid? So if I'm gonna pull back the curtain for a second, I've always called wrestling theatrical stunting.
I think that's a great way to put it.
And we're stuntmen. So I started to look up like stuntman pay, like for movies, like through the Screen Actors Guild and stuff like that. Now, the reasoning behind professional wrestlers not getting paid like that, I don't understand. I understand where the older guys used to say you need to learn how to work, because if you watch the 70s, 80s into the early 90s worth of wrestling, different things can finish matches back then that are just need 14 of them now. And it's killing the guy. Like you're beating up these guys to no extent. Don't get me wrong, the pay has elevated, but has the pay elevated so much from then to now to where the risk is so much to get the reward? That's why when I look at guys that wrestle in the business still, and I look at different people like Roddy and them that aren't willing to take a crazy bump for no money. You know, he can wrestle. He can wrestle. He can tell the match where it's like he definitely utilizes the older style of the chain wrestling and all the breaking somebody down. And I appreciate that. Even Moxley, but you could tell Moxley has to go to an extreme at times. And it's like I don't know how to put it. If you've ever, when you watch a wrestling match, you could tell when somebody's really annoyed with something or like it's really starting to hurt a guy. Like it's like, man. And, you know,
Moxley, I mean, I've been a Moxley fan since his early CZW days.
Right.
And for those of you out there that may have never seen a CZW match, have never heard of CZW, it's not for everyone. It is mostly, it can be ultra violent. There's a tournament of death. But if you're looking for that sort of thing, it's phenomenal.
Now like to DJ's credit, he always tried to put good wrestlers on the show though.
Oh yeah.
Like Ricochet and like Adam Cole and Sami Callihan, they held his brand title for a long time. And a lot of time, Tim Donce is another great wrestler. And like, once again, one of my training partners from around here. So when I look at those guys, he highlights wrestling at times, and he'll even like back that where he'll put the title on them. Like if he runs into a Sami Callihan or an Adam Cole or somebody like that he knows is going to be that next level guy. This is like what was his Chris Hero?
I loved Hero.
He wanted Steen to hold his belt, but Steen wouldn't do it. This Steen basically told him no. Kevin Owens, as people know him.
Yep.
But you know, but he would bring in that level of talent. He would always bring in that level of talent. DJ has a scary eye for talent, a lot like Hunter. DJ has a scary eye for talent. Like he could tell, like he even with me, he says, I know you, like in the beginning, me and him did not get along at all. And I consider him a friend now. I consider him somebody who like I'm cordial with, but even in the beginning, he couldn't like fade the look and fade the athleticism and fade the drive that I had. So he was like, no, you have it. I don't know where it's going to be. And then as soon as I broke into Ring of Honor, he was like, I didn't see you as a Ring of Honor guy, but I could see where you're going to make money and I could see where they're going to place you. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I was like, but he always was once again, another guy that was like, come on in, you have like open dojo, like for him, he considers his school a dojo as well. I'm really good friends with Drew Gulak, so Drew's an awesome guy. But right now, like to me, the person that does it the best in professional wrestling, there's two. There's two that I consider the best in professional wrestling right now, and the one is Seth Rollins.
Oh,
Seth is
phenomenal.
Seth is, but my favorite, and I think that this person does it probably the best in professional wrestling is Rhea Ripley.
Wow.
Rhea Ripley.
I wasn't expecting that.
Rhea Ripley has it in spades, 1,000,000%.
She does.
She could talk on the mic. She can play baby. She can play heel. She can bring anybody. I've never seen her not have a good match with somebody. She's spot on with all of the spotting and stunting and taking a bump, and everything has emotion and drive to it. And she has a crazy look, and she's
great.
Yeah. Like if you ask me who one of the wrestlers right now in our current era that is like holding the brand, it's definitely Rhea Ripley.
I would agree with that.
Then Seth Rollins, like her and Seth are like basically neck and neck in that front row position to me.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree with that. So we were talking about CZW being, we'll say very niche. What do you say to talent that 100% could be big three, but they just want to do that ultra violent deathmatch style? Have you ever met anybody like that?
Well, Connor right off the bat kicks it into me. But this is like post. So, but I think it's an individual. I use this phrase, but sadomasochism. Like they don't mind getting hurt. They like getting hurt. It makes them feel alive. It's an adrenaline rush to them. Because to me, there's no level of so somebody who I knew that was really into it that is a really close friend of mine is Masada.
Oh,
Brick.
wow.
So, and Brick still keeps in contact with me to present day. A lot of the guys that I'm going to talk about are the people that actually were my true friends, like that were beyond wrestling, if you want to call it that. So Brig is he's a good dude. I like him a lot. But it was his niche, and he knew that's where his niche was. And but you have to remember, a lot of times that's a holdback. Like when guys try to sign with TNA or they try to sign with another big company, there's nothing even remotely close to that on like brand wrestling.
No.
Yeah. Like they'll emulate it to a certain extent. Like Darby Allin's the closest thing to it.
Oh yeah.
Like AEW is AEW has some really rough matches that I just look at the guys and I feel for them. I'm just like, what? Because what did you get paid to do that?
Yeah.
Go through glass, get thumbtacks in your back. If that's not like, and if you call it a labor of love, I don't know anybody that loves doing that. But what's the point? I don't understand the point.
See, that's that, and I'm gonna separate AEW from, we'll say, indies.
Right.
Like I'm eventually Tarzan. I'm gonna have you on here. Tarzan Duran is one of those people.
Yeah.
And I love Tarzan to death.
Right.
I've never seen a match where Tarzan didn't completely entertain me.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody that knows him, anybody that I've had on here, anybody that I've talked to, we all think the same thing. Like, but Tarzan is holding himself back,
right,
by having that. I mean, he loves the deathmatch stuff, and he's so good at it.
Right,
so good at it.
If he's getting paid, like I don't know what their numbers are.
Yeah.
So, like if he's getting paid to do it, then hey, it's a subculture inside of a
culture.
It is. Because wrestling is a subculture, and now it's a subculture inside of a subculture. But if you're getting paid to do it, then I don't see the issue with it. And if it's something that you're not finding, like I don't know how old he is, but like in a few years,
I have no idea how old Tarzan is.
I would probably say he's at least a decade younger than I am, at minimum. At minimum, he might even be 15 or so years younger.
I don't know. I mean, I know he's got to be late 20s, early 30s.
That's what I'm saying.
Would think.
Yeah. So like, yeah. So I'm almost on the money with that. But when I say that, like, if he enjoys doing it, like that's and that's like how he can stunt, like and do his performance, and that's awesome. Like I've seen him wrestle. I know who you're talking about. At the Three Legacies promotion, he's a very entertaining guy. He's very in character. He has all of the other marquee things that you're talking about. He has a good look. He has his build. He's once again, he might be an inch taller than me, but he's not like a super tall guy. But at the same time, he has a good physique to him. But his in-ring skills, like his timing and all of that type of the ability to take a bump and sell through it, and he has all of that.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah. But that's to that Three Legacy promotion has all the guys like that. They're handpicked by Ricardo, so I don't expect less than that. But like him in general, if we're speaking about him, he has that. I just wonder what he like. Does he wrestle at CZW or?
Oh my God. I mean, I've seen him CZW, JCW, pretty much anywhere that has barbed wire, glass, and fire. Is
GCW going. Part of his
JCW, Juggalo Championship Wrestling.
Right, but like GCW does some pretty rough.
Oh,
like
I don't know if I've ever seen him over there.
Did he ever wrestle Janela? That'd be a great match then.
That would be a really, really good match.
You hear that? Someone needs to book that.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen him at GCW.
Yeah, him and Janela would rip the house down.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Whew. Yeah. Well, let's keep talking about guys that had and talent that have had a really big impact on your career. Right? We know we had Hunter, Delirious, Adam Cole, all those guys. But the one thing I was waiting to ask you about, to talk about, was your time with Jay Briscoe.
Okay.
Jay, I will say that when Jay's passing happened, I was crushed, because Jay was, he was to this day one of the best to ever come out of Ring of Honor, and I know you wrestled him.
I wrestled probably the Briscoes more than I wrestled anybody else. I'm gonna try not to get emotional on this one now, because of I love Jamin. I miss Jamin every day.
Yeah.
Jay was he was my friend. He was my friend, and yeah, he's the type of guy I could text him. We would text one another back funny stuff all day long, and he's just a real friend, man. Like he was one of my only real friends in professional wrestling. Like with that, he's somebody that like if you called him, he'd call you back. He'd make sure you're doing all right. He'd pick up the phone for you, man. If you're gonna, everybody in professional wrestling, if kids are watching professional wrestling, you're going to learn who's your friend and who's not your friend in wrestling. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of networking and a lot of friendships that are necessity friendships, but my friend, he was just a very good human being. I've gotten to fist fights in Las Vegas where he had my back. I slapped a guy in New Orleans, and the next thing I know, a fist was over my back because they were as you know, I was security partially too for Ring of Honor, so there was part of my other money that I was making with them. But we were walking down the streets of New Orleans, and Hunter was here, and people were just being weird with him. So I gripped up to one guy, and the Briscoes were with me, but I didn't realize it because they were behind me, and I had already just gave the guy a smack, and then the other guy got laid out by Jamin, and because they were being too handsy and stuff like that, but Jamin always had he always had your back. He was just your friend. He talked to you for hours, and if you don't realize they're religious people, even though like me, I try to wear it on my sleeve, but like sometimes I don't speak the right way. I don't say the right things at the right time. But if somebody needs me to pray for them, or if I see somebody going through it all the time, Jamie never stepped on anybody that was down. Jamie always lifts somebody up. He was just a great human being. It's not only wrestling community had a loss, the world had a loss when Jay Briscoe died. There's nobody that I considered a closer friend to me in professional wrestling than I did Jay Briscoe.
I get it. I 100% get it. I mean, I had the pleasure of meeting Jay multiple times when I was going down to ROH.
Yeah.
And just, God, he's the nicest guy I've ever met.
He's probably one of the greatest performers ever.
Oh my gosh. And you know what? Like, I always had to laugh because Mark always had that crazy streak to him.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so, I always loved watching it. Like I remember where we'd be in the ECW arena and Jay would be in the ring and all of a sudden Mark would start climbing the one post that's in the middle of the building, like all the way up to the ceiling. And I'm like, oh, I love they're so good. Yeah. They're so good.
Yes.
And I always remember
when anybody asked me who the greatest tag team of all time was, they're the greatest tag team.
Oh, I don't have any argument.
I've taken the Doomsday Device. I've taken the Dre Driller. I've taken the Floating Bow. I've taken every move that they could put me with. Jamin would hit you and you'd feel it. You definitely feel it, but it wasn't like he wasn't potatoing you, but at the same time, it looked real and he made everything he did. Like he could, like, think about this. He's like one of the guys that when you look at Ring of Honor and you're like, hey, if that would have transcended to WWE, he could have carried it. He could have carried a world title the way he talked on the mic,
he could have.
His look, he was always in great shape, and a lot of that's just genetics. Papa Briscoe is built like a bear. So that was like one of my first breaking in. I was on Future of Honor, so yes. I had
your first match was Jay Lethal, if I remember.
My first match was Jay Lethal. My second match was me, Bobby, Kyle, and I believe Adam Cole versus basically them versus Moose, Papa Briscoe, and the Briscoes. So that was my second match with them. It was stacked. It was so stacked. It was great. And that was coming off the tryout. That was the tryout where they're like, oh, you're TV ready. Now this is this. And then the following week, we did a TV show down in, I believe, Baltimore. My first show was in Baltimore in that classic Baltimore arena that like was home to Ring of Honor basically at that point. And it was a blowout match. It was me. And then they spun me around because at that match I was heel. They spun me around and I was baby now. And it was me, I believe, Moose and Zizou Madukes versus Vinny Marsalia, and who went on to be really well known in AEW and Ring of Honor, and Will Ferrara,
yep,
and Bill Benchmark Daly. And that was yeah.
Man.
And I remember I took a couple of moves in the match, and Hunter was like livid. He was livid. He just came to the back, and he's like, "You did that to this." He's like, "I wanted this." He's like, "You didn't understand my showcasing of who this trio is supposed to be." And I don't know if that meant like for the other guys to lay down or whatnot, but that was like one of those moments that I should have been like, "No, this, no that. Oh yeah, we can do this and that, but I need to hit this and this to get over." And I hit a few big things in the match. I remember hitting my spear and like I think a jackhammer during the match or something like that. But
Hunter's got such a brilliant mind for all of it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, but I like if you looked at it, like I said, when people get themselves over, like last night, WWE. We'll segue to this 1 second. We know who they got over. Like last night, who got over in the Royal
Oba
Rumble?
Femi first.
Oba Femi.
God.
Oba Femi. They got Oba over. Even though he got eliminated by Brock. And yeah, if they would have went over the top and he eliminated Brock, it would have been crazy. But he just was so over. And the fans love him. And I think the part of the world that took place in was good for him too. So
100%, yes. Yeah. And we're gonna definitely talk about the Rumble, but with the Oba Femi booking, we were laying in bed last night watching. We watched the Women's Royal Rumble. We watched, and then the two singles matches, Gunther and AJ and Sammy and Drew. The second Sammy and Drew ended, we got in the car, went to 3LW.
Okay.
Came back, watched the Men's Royal Rumble. And I'm not a fan of the crowd, the Saudi crowd.
Okay.
It's just not. Maybe I'm a purist, maybe I'm a traditionalist.
Right.
But the pops weren't there that should have been there.
Okay.
Especially during the women's match.
Right.
Now, as the men's match progressed, you could tell that's what everybody cared about, which is cool, whatever. But Oba, number one, and he was booked exactly how he should have been booked.
Yeah.
Just a monster. And as soon as he came out, I'm like, please get him and Brock face to face. Please get him and Brock face to face.
I like how they teased it too because of the entrant. Did you notice they kept on doing it right when the entrant was going to come in and it would kill the spot. You're
just like, please go.
Because if there was a moment, probably one of the greatest Royal Rumble moments in history was, I think it's like 88 or 89. I think 89, maybe 90, 89, 90, somewhere there. Where it was one of the ones I like tuned in for. Like I said, I was a kid. I would watch wrestling on and off. But then all of a sudden, the ring clears and it's Warrior and Hogan.
Oh, yeah. I think that was 90. I think it was 90.
And everybody lost it. Because the two superpowers were about to go at it. And they gave them their moment, too.
Yeah.
And it was boom, 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 boom. And then the double clothesline with the double down. And then I think Rude and Barbarian were like the next two people to come in, or Rude and Perfect, or somebody like that.
Oh, Rick
but
Rude
it was just like the perfect timing to the perfect moment, and it was setting up for what you knew was going to be the future.
Oh yeah,
and like you can almost wish that Oba and Brock had that moment because supposedly this is Brock's last year.
See, I don't.
But Brock looks crazy. He looks like he's in the best shape, but so does Allen. I thought Allen. I've wrestled Allen before, and AJ Styles, and he looks the best I've ever seen.
Some would say phenomenal.
He's beyond phenomenal. He looks absolutely amazing. He's just off the charts, jacked to the gills. He's still doing stuff that I'm pretty sure me and him are the same age. We're give or take a few months between the two of us. And he's doing stuff that I'm just like, wow. Like,
he's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But on your comment about Brock, is it his last year? I don't know. Could it be his last year? It's whatever Brock wants.
Yeah.
Like, I think Brock has the type of genetic makeup and athleticism.
He's a gorilla. How old is Brock?
Every time I see him, he's
not far from
bigger and bigger and bigger. Like when he made his return at SummerSlam, we were there. We were at SummerSlam for that night. And I saw him on the screen and I was like, there is no way.
Brock's older than me. Scary.
He's a monster. He is an absolute monster.
For you that don't know, Brock's 48 years old.
Oh,
He's basically 50, and it's insane the way he looks like he's about 35, and he looks like he could tear through the world.
Michael Cole said it last night, or it was either Wade Barrett or Michael Cole. They were like, Brock looks bigger every time we see him.
I think it was in better shape. His abs are like completely etched out.
It's nuts.
Yeah, he's in ridiculous shape. Yeah, and he's a mutant. I've seen Brock Lesnar in person. He's like, when I say in person, like from me to the door, and he has gorilla arms, like you could scratch like his kneecaps and stuff from just standing up. It's just like, yeah, he's built for all of this type of stuff.
Yeah.
But here's a perfect example. Name one time that you've ever seen Brock Lesnar have to take a crazy outside of like the suplex spot with Big Show off the top. Like that was
nothing. But that's not his style at all.
Yeah, he doesn't have to.
Like that's why I really hope we get Oba and Brock at some point. And I think they have to. I think they built to it so well yesterday. It's going to have to happen. Maybe it's a Mania match. Maybe it's I don't know, but they're going to have to do it. They have to do it. But we were talking before we started, like the Rumble this year was booked, I think, fantastically.
Yes, I think it was great.
I was very, very impressed with it.
Yeah, they did an amazing job with the just like I said before we came on, I was talking about how they had the last 6 guys, and one of the 6 could have been there. So there was definitely suspense. There was just like a level of suspense with, like I said, I thought that Logan Paul was definitely in the mix. Like I said, for a guy that had never wrestled and now he's probably maybe on his 200th match, maybe if he's up there that far,
better and better each match.
And when you just look at the stuff he can do, the way he sells, he's just better and better. Who else? Orton was in there.
Orton, Gunther, Roman, Logan.
Yeah. I wanted Damian Priest to be in there, just so you know.
The last 4 were Gunther, Roman, Logan, and I can't remember the whole 4th.
Jay Uso.
Oh yeah, and Orton, or I said Orton, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole night, the whole Rumble, I think, was excellently done. You had Chad Gable, I mean, original Americano or Grande Americano come back, and he's another guy.
I love what they did with Braun though too in the beginning, how they started the show off, which I believe, who I was just saying was like the best wrestler in the world.
I wasn't thrilled about how they did that. I was so mad.
They did him dirty, but I think it needed to be done because you would have been looking to him the whole time. You would have took. Yeah, I think he has his own place. I think that that when you're segueing to the WrestleMania match now, everybody knows it's going to be, he's definitely going to be in the Elimination Chamber. Or they're going to be in the Elimination Chamber together. It's going to be Seth Rollins and him in the Elimination Chamber together.
They have been building him for a title run for the past 2 years, and it's so obvious.
Right.
And in my opinion, it's his time.
Yeah.
When it comes to Steiners, he's the best talker.
Right.
He's quite frankly the best looking and the most athletic.
Right.
And he's fucking amazing.
We talk about division.
Well, I'm talking about
Steiner
Rick
himself?
And Scott. And
Okay, but so this is all here. What I'm about to say is hearsay. It's like dirt sheet type stuff. But I heard this from a reliable source.
If it's Meltzer, just skip.
No, it's not Meltzer. It's not Meltzer. It's somebody who I know in professional wrestling that said that the 4th member of the division was supposed to be who it is right now, Austin Theory. But there was somebody vying for that spot. And this could be hearsay. Like I said, it's not from him directly, but it's from a third party, that the 4th member of the division was going to be Maxwell Jacob Freeman.
No shit.
When he was in the debate for his contract, he was going to take less money, but he wanted 2 things. One was a spot in the division. The second one was the Cena's last match. And he says, I'll take less money to come to WWE if I can have these 2 things. And if you see what Max's numbers are, he's probably making like 1.5 million. And once again, when you're going with one of the best wrestlers in the world, he's definitely up there. Like I said, I don't know if he's on Seth Rollins level or whatnot. Mike wise, but when I heard when he did it, from other people. Like I said, third party. This isn't from Max. I've met Max before at Ring of Honor tryouts. He was always nice to me. I don't have nothing. I hate the devil gimmick. But the like I said, I do have the Christian thing going on. But at the same time, do I look at talent? Do I look at his thing going on? I feel that his mic skills are super duper impressive. But what he did was, I heard he did this with Tony, and I believe he did it with WWE, was the demographic spike. So the Nielsen rating spike. He's like, every single time on AEW, it's some of the highest ratings, if not the highest ratings the show ever has.
Good for him.
So, but they didn't give it to him, so it doesn't even matter for him because he would have been an amazing. I don't
think that would have been a good spot for him.
He would have. There would have been a breakout moment though. He doesn't need Heyman
and that's my thing.
Yeah,
Heyman. First off, Heyman's a god. I love Paul Heyman. I think when it comes to the top managers of all times, Heenan and Heyman.
Yeah.
Just guaranteed.
Okay.
But again, Heyman worked hardcore with Breaker on his mic skills. Seth, phenomenal on the mic, doesn't really need Heyman.
Right.
But Heyman's a very good, strong mouthpiece for anybody. Yeah. Oh, well, Brock, definitely.
Yeah.
But when I think of MJF, strictly talking about his mic skills, that's somebody who 100% does not need a mouthpiece.
Yeah, but at the same time, he's really strong inside of a faction where there's the dirty work. The dirty work. He's always a heel. When he's a baby, maybe not. But dirty work, heel work. Like I'm saying, what works in wrestling is the numbers game right now, and they're really Austin Theory just seems like to me he's the fall guy of the group. He's the Jay Diesel.
I agree. He's the Jay Diesel.
He's the Jay Diesel.
Oh, that's fantastic. Touche.
Yeah. But. No, because I look at the talent I was booked in with. I had Jay Lethal on one side and Donovan Dijak on the other. And I looked at it, I was just like, God, I was like, if I was the body, I was like, what is this guy? I was like, I knew my, you knew your position, the hard punching guy but you're going to get rope-a-dope. So, but,
do you ever look back and just from a high level,
go ahead.
Do you look back and regret being that, we'll say, middle of the road, like you said, fall guy, basically?
No.
Beautiful.
No. The enhancement, I knew that there was guys that needed enhance. There was moments where I was going to break out, where things were catching on, and I won't throw names out there because I'm friends with the person, but he got really aggravated that I was getting over in a match, the heel gimmick and but I wasn't even in the match. And I used to have if you've some of my best promos and some of the way I talk, it was done best at the dojo because people just love to. And you ever some people say that your favorite wrestler's wrestler, and I was that guy backstage. I was probably way cooler backstage than I ever got to promote myself on screen. And that's why the guys just love me. I would hang out with more of the guys and we'd go out and do our thing after show and just weight train. And that whole gimmick of that Jersey Shore guy, I'm if you put a hard work ethic into that type of guy, I'm him. And
that's spot on.
That's spot on who I really truly am. And the guys all knew that if I have your back, we're boys, I'll help you out. I'm not gonna let anybody do people can't talk about other people when I'm in the room. They know about that because I'll call you out on it. I'm if you're my friend, Jamin, like I said, Jay Briscoe, if somebody, nobody's ever gonna say nothing bad about Jay Briscoe, but if somebody else is my buddy and you're in a room with me and I'm yo, I'll, like you said, uncensored. I'm yo, motherfucker, we're not doing that right now. Because you're not gonna say this shit to his face, or you're not gonna say it behind his back. It's not gonna be something. But no, I wish I would have got myself a little bit more. Like I said, that was the thing. I had a couple of breakout moments this and that. And the only thing I regret, when you say about that, and this is something that I would always tell a younger wrestler now, because it's a mantra that I would do to be a better wrestler in the ring. Because sometimes you're thinking about all the shit, you're getting ready, but you're thinking about all the spots in the match. But the biggest thing is live in the moment.
Yeah.
Not to forget to live in the moment. Like I have to be here. I have to be present in my moment. And I used to do that. I used to think about other stuff that's going to go on, or maybe the next match I'll get this, and this. And no, like you need to, like timing is of the essence. Like to get your push, to get your breakout is a really big deal. And you wait on, you watch other guys, and that's where the shady part of professional wrestling is going to come in. And like a lot of guys that are watching this that might be wrestlers will know that there's politicking.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to get yourself you got to like help your buddies, like I just said, your best buddy. But if your friends are really going to be your friends, and if anybody's making money and they're going to try to keep you from getting to that next level, where I've been in cars and I've heard the, like I said, once again, I don't need to name names, but I've been in cars where I've heard, fuck this guy, he doesn't deserve to make that much money, or I'm making this much money, he can't make that. And this is like amongst like serious talk about money. And that's like when you'll know when you made it in professional wrestling, when you're in money talks, like when you're in talking about money and who's like, get an IRA or get a full, get a Roth IRA versus a regular IRA because the tax is already taken out, or where you put your money into, or residual wealth. You'll know when you've made it, when you're actually in that level. Like, oh, where are you getting booked next week? Oh, that's about like, well, but that's the gift of wrestling too, is like if you're in a network of friends, you try to get one another bookings. They have to do that for one another. You can't be greedy with your bookings. You can't. Yeah.
Tell me about somebody who never gave a shit about the politicking, who refused to be involved in it, but still got themselves crazy over.
Adam Cole, you just said.
Yep.
We said his name. Jay Briscoe. Jay Briscoe, Adam Cole, right off the bat. All three. Jay Briscoe, Adam Cole, and Mark Briscoe. All three of them. I never seen them have to shit on anybody to get where they needed to get to.
No, I'm going to ask you to confirm a story for me about Mark and Jay.
Go ahead.
Mark did an interview. Either Mark did an interview or Jericho did an interview. One of them we're talking about that there was many times where WWE was looking at Mark and Jay, right, and rightfully so. And
I think I know where this is going.
And Mark would always tell Jay, "Just let me talk.
Yeah,
just let me do the talking." And as soon as they'd walk in the room, Jay would start talking, and it would be completely off the table.
The only thing that I ever heard about that was probably a couple of things that hit the media before. You probably heard about those. And just knowing that Jay's point of view was that he was a Christian and that nobody's going to tell his kids what they can and can't do. And he would just hold to those values and stuff like that. But like there was a great promo. I think it's on YouTube someplace, Aesthetically Pleasing.
Oh, yes.
That they got. And they're pretty much aesthetically pleasing. I don't know what you're talking about. They both look like athletes. They both look like tough fighter guys, especially Jamin as he got older. As he got older, he even got more huskier and more developed in like he would funny Jay Briscoe story. So Jay, they have like a farm type chicken farm thing.
Yep.
And I would be walking around and Jay Briscoe in his pocket would have like raw broccoli. When I mean like uncooked raw broccoli, and he'd just be chewing on raw. There was like a phase where he went through that he was eating raw broccoli, and then he was in but he was always in damn just crazy genetics. That like if you ever see them, and I always ask them, I'm like, how much do you work out? And they're like, oh, we have weights in our garage, and we like they would show me like weird shit that he would do, and I was like, I don't even know how you look like you have like cap delts and like you just look like I'm like what do you bench? Like it's not like a what do you bench with Jay Briscoe, because like he would just be like, yeah, I moved that and then I'll do it. And I'm like, okay, I'm like, and he's like, geez, what do you think about doing? And yeah, and I'm showing like this is the proper way to do a deadlift, or like or we do like one arm, like you do a push up, then you do a row, you do a push up, then you like yeah whatever, I lift this up, then and they come back, he looked probably just as good as if I like better than I did. Yeah, I couldn't. It's just the genetic. Yeah, they have it. That it factor. Like I said, Jamin was alive. God willing, he would have been. They would have landed in WWE.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I'm really happy. Travesty they never did.
I'm happy that AEW is. Yeah, AEW. They have the TNT title on him. Mm-hmm. He has the Ring of Honor World Champion. He had the Ring of Honor World Championship. So that's like a big thing for me. Like to see them still putting. Him over like that. Yeah.
And it's not even so much that it's like the, oh, well, because we lost Jay, they're going to, give Mark this big push.
No,
Mark legitimately is a world-class worker.
Absolutely.
world class, and I love
Absolutely.
seeing that. Love it.
Absolutely.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have so many great Ring of Honor memories from that time period. I mean, I was at Final Battle, Winter Warriors. I've seen you a bunch of times.
Yeah, from like 2012 to like right till after I think Cody held the title.
Mm-hmm. That was
the big chunk because Austin had it a bunch of times in there.
Yep.
Steen had it. Steen was the end of that era, and then Jamin was the one that took it from him.
Yep.
And then after that, it was like back and forth between Adam Cole, Jay Briscoe, Jay Lethal. They all three of them. I think Elgin held it for a little period of time in there, but
forgot about Elgin.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Mike's a special dude. I'm pretty sure I'm still friends with him, but
I'm pretty sure.
But how do I put it? There was that formula. Matt Taven held it for a little while.
Yes.
Taven had it in there. Daniels had it, which I thought somebody that would have had it would have been outside of Daniels would have been Paige at that point because Paige was on the rise. Maybe it was a tribute to him because who was he the guy who took it off of Cody?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
It might have been Paige. It might have been.
No. Who took the Ring of Honor World title off of?
Yeah, wasn't it Hangman?
No, I think it was Daniels.
I can never remember. But yeah, like phones, we can. I know, isn't it so great? I love it. I think, looking back, the personalities and the level of talent that Ring of Honor cultivated around that time was just legendary.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, you had Cesaro, Claudio, you had Dalton Castle, who was one of my favorite. It was Dalton.
Dalton. That's who he lost it to. Dalton.
Right
before it popped up, Dalton. That was such a great gimmick.
Oh my God. Him and the boys.
Yeah.
They would crack.
Dalton never hurts his back. He might be in WWE.
Yeah.
Dalton never hurts his back. He's super talented. And when you talk about like that shoot tough on the roster, he's shoot tough. He's really, really shoot tough.
I loved him.
Yeah.
Loved him.
Yeah.
I mean, Ring of Honor just had, oh my God. The Bucks. Just so much entertainment. Much entertainment. And you were a part of it.
Yep.
I mean, I loved any time that I would see you on the card. I loved it.
Thank you.
And let's transition that into where you are now.
Okay.
Right. We saw you pop up in 3LW.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I mean, how long of a hiatus was there before you started getting back out there?
I want to say I started getting, so I took like time off. Like I had just became like a regular person again. I got a really good job. I love my job. I'm a technician. But I went to WrestleMania. I had contacted a really close friend of mine, Damian Priest.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a great guy. He's
Monster Factory.
Monster Factory. Just a great human being. I was like, hey man,
yeah, he's cool. He's really nice.
The job that I'm at, my boss would really love to come to one of these wrestling events. And WrestleMania was in Philadelphia.
Yep, we were there.
And I had got some tickets, and for me, my girl, and my boss, and we went. And then afterwards, Damian let me come to see him at the after party. And my boss lost his mind. QT Marshall was there. Mike, who I'm really good friends with. I love Mike. Mike's another one of those human beings that's a real human being. He's a good guy. He's a great wrestler. He's changed his body 1,000,000%. I wish he would get a bigger push than what he gets. I think he's doing well with wrestling. I think he even has his own like promotion too. I think he has his own school. If I'm not 100% sure about that, but I
think
he's awesome. But I went and got to see all of them. And that was just like a big moment for me. The night before I was at Ring of Honor. And that's like when I do that, that's like going home.
Oh, of course.
And my boss was with me that night too. And he's like, oh God, he's like, you need to really do this, this, and this. And like, I'm like, I never stopped working out. It's just who I am. Like I work out 2 days a week, 3 days a week, maybe back then. And then he's like, you really should try to do this. And I was like, man, me personally, I would love to help like write the storylines and help with choreography and stuff like that. But I still wanted to see if I had like, I still have like some bumps I can take and all. When I first got back into it, oh my God, I was hurting myself every other week. Cause I'm getting back in, I'm trying to do like serious deadlifting and I'm doing, so there's like certain things that I know that you need to like, to be a good wrestler in the ring, at least for me. Like if somebody said, hey, like what exercises would you recommend to professional wrestlers? And I would be like, well, clean and press, which is like when you clean, they call it a clean and press, you push it and then you push up, you do a military press. Cause a lot of that incorporates like all of the stunting we're going to do, lifting people and getting down and moving. And then like almost like a burpee type technique. Those, it's a push up with a dumbbell row, push up with a dumbbell row. So it's going to help you get off the floor faster. It's going to give you your timing and things like that, along with deadlifting for a strong lower back, squatting, front squatting, things like that, running, like being able to run 3 miles on a track. To me, like I know a lot of wrestlers stay away from a lot of that type of stuff. I do bleacher drills, but to me, I'm not as athletically gifted as a lot of guys, so my body has to be in top shape. So for me, I would throw out like my hip flexors were pulling, this was pulling, that was pulling, and then I want to say, going from 2024 into 2025, I had like 2 little small injuries, but I worked through all of them, did a bunch of Ricardo shows. And now I want to say, like, there's segments of my life where I go, oh, this was the best shape of my life for this era. I would say I'm back in the best shape of my life for this era. So for me, when I was younger, 18, I was ultimate. Present day, I wouldn't want to fight me when I was 18 years old because I only weighed 139 pounds, but I was boxing all the time and I was in like this elite level of shape. Then around 26, again, when I was doing a lot of my bodybuilding stuff, but I always used to go to the boxing gyms and I would still do sparring and I would still work out like that. So 26, I was in really good shape. And then like 26 to almost 29, I was in really great shape. Then it was like a year off, and then right back, I jumped right into wrestling. So from like 31, almost till I was like 37, I was in like really good shape. My last year in Ring of Honor, there was like a little bit of a decline because I was starting to get back into like real work and stuff. And now you don't have to train as much because I'm already a trained wrestler, but at the same time, I'm still hitting the gym and all. And like I was just enjoying life, probably just a little too much. I kicked myself for that. But then like I took like a 4-year hiatus, like I said, and I was still working out because I didn't want to be like a normal person, but I wanted to still have like a look. Like when people go, oh, he looks like an old athlete. Now when people look at me, they go, oh, he looks like an athlete still. Like I'm like,
oh, 100%.
But all of that stuff is part of the variable to it. Like watching what you eat, like you can't, like even like my cheat food isn't my cheat food anymore. Like I used to go and splurge and stuff like that. So like splurging for me is like cream of rice with bananas and stuff that's not like, not enjoy. Like don't get me wrong, I'll splurge here and there, but like not like I did for a while. Like I'll have to be on a vacation or something like that for me to realistically do it that way. But it definitely the training and stuff got so. To formally answer your question, it was about 4 years. About 4 years that I was completely off. And then it took me about a year and a half to get really into shape to where I was like, okay, I'm ready to get back into a wrestling ring. And then last year, Ricardo gave me the opportunities. A couple of other promotions did Cheeseburger's promotion and one other promotion.
Oh, I love Cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that man.
He's definitely a little brother to me. I love him. He's and when I say a little brother, because he's the great. He turned into a great human being right before my eyes. He was always a good guy, but he turned into a great man, I should say.
You're talking about Damian Priest. When I'm never one of my favorite Cheeseburger moments. I was down in ROH, ECW Arena. It was Damian. It was Punishment Martinez back.
Oh, this is the one I got destroyed.
Is it this the one when he? I swear to God, Cheeseburger looked like he hit the rafters of ECW.
Yeah, this is the one where he choke slams me, does something to Will,
and then Cheeseburger comes running and he does that.
Yeah, so at
man,
that point,
was like
I had moved into the babyface faction, and it was me, Cheeseburger, Will.
Yes.
And I was supposed to be like the manly man trying to teach these young guys how to be men. And which they didn't need it. But at the same time, it was the next spot that we were fulfilling. So, yeah, then he's like, hey, Hunter's like, I know that like you're like this is your gimmick and all. He's like, but do you mind getting destroyed tonight? And I was like, for who? I was like, I literally, it was like, I was like, for who? I was like, so if it's like somebody, and then he's like, Damien. I was like, oh yeah, no problem. I was like 100% like, because this is going to be his build into the TV run, his TV title run. And that's what it was.
Yeah, that was
he was going to come out and he was no longer the punishment. He was like, or no longer the monster. He was transversing from one to the other, monster into punishment and punishment into monster.
Yeah.
And he came out and just like killed us and made sure that he was like a heel. And that was like, yeah.
He launched Cheeseburger so high.
Yeah.
I remember like it was yesterday. I mean, oh my God.
Because
the whole arena just went.
I still remember because like this was like a payback for his favor. So when he came locally to here to LCW, me and Dijak had wound up winning the Lancaster Cup that year.
Oh man, good old days.
Yeah. So and that match we had to beat him and QT,
mm-hmm.
and then we had to go on to beat listen to that Murderers Row, him and QT, and then we had to go beat Leo Rush and Velveteen Dream.
Man. See, so many of the 3LW fans don't remember how freaking amazing LCW was.
Yeah. And that was actually ran by Danny. Danny and Mike. Yeah. Danny and Mike were the ones. So Danny, that particular event, I should say, was ran by Danny Cage and QT. Yeah. And QT was in the tournament, but he's like, no, we have to put you and Dijak over. And he's like, and then people were like, but like, what about the local guys? And he's like, Diesel lives fucking 8 minutes from here. He's like, he lives 8 minutes from here. Like, he'll book you. Like, you can book him any weekend that he's probably not working for ROH, and he'll come in and work for you guys. And then you probably want him getting Dijak too. Like, what?
I've always loved Danny.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. Dijak should be a world champion in any company. I think he's working for the Major League Wrestling
MLW,
right now.
yep.
Yeah, MLW, which hopefully they'll put the world title on him. Yeah.
So right around here is when I do the closing questions that our fans are always wanting to know. Some of these are cliche, some of these are not. I'll hit them. I'm going to give you a few of them here because this is going fantastic.
Okay.
Start, stop, and change. What's one thing you want to start, stop, and change? Give me 3 things in the pro wrestling business right now.
To start, I think we said it earlier, to do more acting classes where the guys are going to be able to transition easier into movies, choreography, a little bit better with the choreography. So it looks cleaner for the people's presentation, but like wrestling is going to be wrestling. Like to the purist, that might sound like taboo, but like the whole thing about the transition into movies and stuff later on for a lot of the guys, but they're going to need it for no matter what, because it'll help them cut promos. Yeah. So that would be what I would start.
Okay.
Right. Stop. Kind of said it earlier too, is the crazy bumping. Unless you're gonna really like, there should be a demographic for that, like how do I put it, a payout. Like, hey, if you're doing this,
there should be.
If you're doing this in a match, we'll give you this. Or if you're doing this particular stunt in a match, we're going to give you that. Like if you're doing ladders in a match, you should be making an extra this or this.
I think that is 100% needed.
And then once again, so that was my stop. And the change, once again, it's like kind of taboo because you're pulling back the curtain, but like the rings, I make the rings easier and softer. People don't realize how hard the rings are. Like the rings are like, if I would put extra padding, or at least for the outside of the ring, like say if there's like 3 layers of foam mat and then the pad. So you have like 6 inches of foam mat. So anytime they're doing something outside, which would go back to the stunting thing I just said. Yeah. But so that, because you're trying to get some longevity on these guys' lifespan. So if they're doing like a flip bump off the thing, or if somebody's landing on something outside, if there's like at least 6 inches of padding outside the ring, so and then the wrestling mat, so when they come down, boom, it just takes them, like put some miles back on the guys. That would be start, stop, and change.
That's a really good one. Yeah, that's a really, really good one.
Because we pull back the curtain to a certain extent for the fans, like especially with all the stuff that WWE is doing now with
Unreal
and all that type of stuff. Yeah. So if they're doing that with it already, like then do it. Then do it so the guys don't get hurt. Like do it so the guys have a longer career. Do it so the people, if they do a flip bump and they mess up, it's kind of like a gymnast landing on an outside mat, like where I'm not saying you need to put like a big, huge foam block, but let's at least like cut that down to like this. Then the fans are a little bit above the people. The wrestlers are a little bit above the fans anyhow. As like a platform, just say it's a 10-inch foam block, and then you put your they step up onto that, you know.
That's perfect.
Like, and it doesn't have to be like a super duper foam, but it still has to be foam to where when boom, this flip bump, that flip bump, you know, because they got rid of guardrails and they got rid of a lot of that stuff. If they almost like the thing that now they consider their guardrail that they put people through. You notice that it's foam and it's breakaway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we need to.
Anytime I'm at any show, and this is like strictly on the indies because WD has the foam padding on the floor. I don't know if it's 6 inches.
Right.
But anytime I see any spot, whether it's an over the top rope spot or any bump outside, I'm just like, oh shit. Yeah. Shit, that looks horrible.
Yeah.
Oh man. That's great. So what does heat, hope, and hard times mean to you?
This show or
just the phrase in general?
Heat, hope, and hard times. Oh, so heat to me means like when you're not getting along with another guy backstage. That's what, to me, that would be heat. Heat is also when the fans don't like you. Like it's like there's a difference between good heat and bad heat. Hope to me is like when you think you're going to get a better spot in the company, like you're hoping for like a good spot, like you know, like and hard times is when you're not getting those good spots and you have to watch everybody else do their thing while you're sitting on the sideline. That's probably, you know, like you watch everybody else get over and do the matches that you wanted to do, and you know that would be hard times. You know,
when you go through those hard times, how did you get through them?
Oh man. First and foremost, God, like I just prayed that this is for me. Like, is this really for me? Help me out. I remember just going to church. I remember just putting my face down on the floor before every day I wrestled. I would put my face down on the floor and I'd just pray. And you know, I like I said, I don't always say the right things and I don't always come off with the greatest character, but I focus on God a lot in my life. So with everything I do, even my current job, I pray. I try to pray and to get me through a lot of my stuff in my days. You know, that like if I get in the ring, just keep me safe, keep the other guys safe. But just like, you know, pray for guidance and just pray for the will to work my way through this, for an opportunity to come. Maybe that's how the opportunities, you know, I'm almost positive that's how the opportunities came for me, because there's a sense that I didn't even deserve them. Like God helped me put hard work in and all, but like Hunter giving me my opportunity, which I told him I'm eternally grateful for. Like I said, I knew my position in the House of Truth, but I didn't like. If Lito would have said no, it would have been over with for me. I wouldn't. Like I might have fell into a different spot in Ring of Honor, but I wouldn't have been in that spot. I was with the world champ. I hung out with him. I got to learn from him. I consider Jamar a friend. But Dijak, like, you know, so that's God probably, and then just like continuing to drive to try to see what other opportunities you have. Be good to other people, you know, and just like doors might open up for you. So that's, you know, that's pretty much how I got through that.
It's a pretty solid answer.
Yeah.
That was a really solid answer. Okay, this might be an interesting one, or it could be a strict no. I don't know of any. Are there any narratives or rumors about you that you want to clear up? I don't have anybody come on and be like, I don't even think there are rumors.
About me?
Yeah. I haven't heard anything, but
yeah, I don't think that highly of myself, that I think people talk behind my back. Most people that love me will be nice to me and to my face, and most people that I've seen snub me in the past still snub me in the future. Like I said, the guys that like that I'm close with, the Adam Coles, Damien, Mark Briscoe, Lethal, my buddy Ken Phoenix, who used to wrestle all the time. He's like a little brother to me. He's a great guy. We're all still tight. Jonathan Grisham, guys like that. So no, I don't. I've never had that issue, and if somebody has that issue with me, I just would hope that they just take it up with
Right
my
to the face,
my
right?
face.
Yeah.
I don't. I've never had. Maybe there's somebody that pricked me out of a spot that I don't know of, but usually a lot of times it gets back to the person anyhow. That this guy was like, you made sure you didn't come to wrestle over here. I'm like, oh, okay, like yeah, for like $110. Like I don't know.
How will I survive?
Yeah.
What who should I have on the podcast in the future?
Oh God. If you can get a hold of Austin, that would be that would be a 50 times what mine was today. Cheeseburger. Cheeseburgers.
I'd love to get cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger's a great one. Tim Donst would be another.
I have Donst on my list. I didn't have a cheeseburger on my guest list, but
yeah,
Tim, I have one.
Tim's a great one. I don't. It all depends on. Did you have Ricardo already on?
Not yet. I talked to him last night. I told him like we're working on it. We're gonna actually go to the school and record it in there.
Right.
But I wanted to wait till he was back from Italy and the 3LW show was done.
And the biggest star that I see from his promotion, I would have Neon.
Neon. Who?
The kid. I'm pretty sure.
It's about Facade.
No. Neon.
Naeem.
Yeah.
Oh,
I call him Neon.
Oh. I'm like,
I call
Neon.
him Neon because he always has the neon glass. He always has the neon brace.
Oh.
I tell him that should be his gimmick. He should swerve that into his gimmick.
So
I call him
Naeem is going to be on here. Every guest I've had on has just saying he's got.
But that's my.
He has it.
That's my nickname for him though. I always call him Neon. I call him Neon Naeem. Because
I love that
but
guy.
He needs to put like a Bret Hart Lesnar or something with bracelets, and hand them out to the kids and never come out with something that isn't like neon on. It doesn't have to be like catty, like
literally
like over the top.
Every guest that I have had on, it's always praise for him.
Oh, bro,
from Spencer Slade last week, from Bill Bain, from Zoe Cannon, from Chris O'Mealy, Naeem just has
it.
Yes.
He has it. Yes.
He is the shine. He's the star at every event, whether he knows it or not.
Yes.
He has every single fucking factor.
Absolutely. He has a great body. He has I believe he has a military background, right?
I think. I don't know.
He's well spoken. He's super athletic. He has a tremendous build. He has a tremendous build. He is great. He's very Adam Cole-esque, where he's very PC in and out of the ring. He doesn't have any heat. Let's put it that way. He doesn't have any heat, at least heat that I know of.
No, I haven't heard of anybody.
Yeah. And like you said, everybody praises him. Like, because he's super nice and he's super, like he's very gifted in the ring though. But I told him, I said at some point, hopefully Ricardo and him can work him into getting him some exposure in WWE.
He has
I would definitely go to
all over him.
I would definitely go to a tryout. I would definitely go to a tryout. He's definitely NXT worthy, or at least to get honed to move him into an NXT spot. Yeah, because I don't see them, and I think from every time I've ever been in the gym with him through training and stuff, he has a great work ethic. He has a really strong work ethic.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he has cat-like agility. He has that.
It's insane.
He has that Ricochet AR Fox.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe not as flippy, but definitely when he lands, it's always on.
I don't think anybody can be as flippy as Ricochet.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
AR Fox.
Yeah.
Fox.
I keep thinking of because we were talking about Chad Gable returning at the Rumble, original Americano. I think it was last year's Mania when he did the reverse 450.
Okay.
I was like, that was one of those times. I was like, as soon as I saw him turn around, I was like, oh shit, he's going to go for a reverse 450. And he did it and hit it. I was like, oh my God.
He's super athletic. Yeah.
It was like an inch away from straight paralysis. I'm like, man, that is a ballsy move to put.
Yeah.
But yeah, those super agile guys. And Naeem is so fucking good.
Yeah.
Oh my God, is he good? All right, Jay, where can you be found? Where can people see you? Where can people follow you?
For right now, like Instagram or Facebook, Joey Diesel Diego or Jay Diesel, I believe it's on Facebook. Outside of that, hopefully, God willing, maybe if you talk to him for me, I still would like to wrestle for Ricardo a little bit this upcoming year.
Push like hell.
This summer, you could be my sponsor if he puts.
I sponsored your. I think it was your first time back.
Yes,
I think.
Yes, against Al Snook and Snook. I still consider I didn't get pinned by Snook. I kicked out. So
You did.
He might have got the W, but I'm still waiting. He's the champ now, right? He's one of the champs.
He is he's the legacy champion.
Okay.
Yeah, he had a match last night with Just Jay for their the new Ascend championship.
Right.
He lost that, but he is still the Three Legacies legacy champion.
What's he ascending? That's the other belt that he had.
No, so you've got the 3LW World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
You've got the 3LW Tag Championships, then you've got the 3LW Legacy Championship, which is the belt that Adam Cole helped Ricardo create.
Okay.
And then the Ascend brand that just launched yesterday is more of consider like a developmental brand.
So Just Jay has that now.
Just Jay won last night against Al Snook, which was a great match.
Yeah.
But that whole showcase, that whole brand is meant to really give a platform to his younger, I don't want to say younger because I feel like he doesn't really have old students, but more of the greener talent.
Okay.
That's like that's the Ascend brand. And I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it provides a lot of really good, cool opportunities for crossovers and run-ins. So It'll be cool. But Jay, thank you
for having me. I appreciate
very much. This was.
Yep. We have to do it again sometime.
Now I know you're only 5 minutes up the road. You're going to be a recurring guest. So
yes.
Thank you, guys. Make sure you give Jay a follow.
Please
Check
follow
out
this guy though.
all of and me too. Please, by all means, follow me. And we'll see you next time.
Appreciate you. Thanks a lot, buddy. 1 second.